right, Dave. Thanksgiving's over, and we are headed into December.
Oh, jeez, November just flew by. It was, man, just flew by.
Normally, we start this off with about where we've been. I can tell you where we've been. That's pretty much nowhere.
Yeah.
We're kind of in the lull period, and at least in our region for shows. There's usually not much till, I don't know, February.
February.
Yeah. But other than that, man, we're like firmly in the dark time. But we have managed to get some modeling in, though, I think, which is good.
Yeah, I've referred to this as the dark time for my modeling between Thanksgiving and New Year, and I don't get much done. But so far, now keep in mind, we've just hit Thanksgiving. The turkey isn't even fully digested yet, and I have actually managed in the last few days over the holiday to get a little modeling done. So I've got my fingers crossed.
Well, I have too. Thanksgiving didn't interrupt it too much, and our friends over at the Posse had their 72 and 72 group build that we got in on a little bit, and that kind of got us to the bench.
Yes, it did, and not only got us to the bench, but got us interacting with other modelers, even if only virtually online.
Well, what's your hopes for the rest of the dark period? Hopefully this is a good indicator that maybe we can get something done.
My hopes are at the outside I've got 2 models very near completion. My hopes are that both of them by December 31st, 2022, that both of them will be complete. Now it's possible only one. Further, I hope to bring a little organization to my modeling life. Things are a little bit out of control, and I'm hoping that at least now there's going to be a lot of family time and a lot of that stuff, but I'm hoping to steal some minutes to bring order to my modeling life so that I start 2023 in a good place.
Well, I got some thoughts on that too, but I'm going to save mine for our next real episode, our next regular episode. So give that a few minutes and think about these upcoming episodes.
All right.
Well, Dave, December's a big month. It's a three drop month.
Yes.
So we've got quite a bit happening on the episode front. Episode 78 coming up real soon, like a day or two after this drops, actually.
Yes.
We're going to kind of forego our traditional year in review kind of episode. We're going to talk a little bit about this stuff. But we're going to kind of talk about our ups and downs in 2022, what we got right and what we got wrong.
Got wrong is probably a longer list for me, but there are a few things I got right.
Well, that's good. And then in addition to that, kind of on the vein of hoping to get some organization in your modeling life, we're going to kind of talk about what we hope for in the coming year. And that could be a lot of things. It could be kit releases, finishes, contests, organization, everything will be on the table. So we should have a good conversation.
Yeah. That'll be fun.
Well, you're going to like 79 as well. Episode 79.
I know I am.
Our favorite Minnesotan, Mr. Steve Hustad, is coming back. And hopefully he's going to teach us a little bit more about scenery and groundwork. In particular, how it might, how things may tailor differently to 72nd scale than other scales.
And one of the things, again, my admiration for Steve knows no bounds. One of the things that impresses me about his 72nd scale dioramas is the fact that the groundwork and the scenery look both in scale and not toy-like. Whereas a lot of 70-second scale stuff, if you see a 70-second scale diorama, a lot of them don't have a lot of life to them. They look very static. Stuff doesn't necessarily look in scale. So I'm looking forward to talking with them.
Finally, our last episode of the year is going to be episode 80, and I'm not going to divulge too much there, but I'm trying to cook up something special, particularly for our Patreon supporters out there for episode 80. So that's going to drop really at the tail end of the month, right after Christmas, and hopefully it'll be fun.
That should be a real good time.
All right. Well, that's the episodes, Dave. What's been going on over on the dojo?
Well, you know what? It has been very, very active. I've got to say, one of the things that, when we did this, one of the things that we wanted was interaction with the members. And I've got to say, I'm just thrilled with the level of interaction. Now, I feel a little guilty because, frankly, my goal was to post there every day or every other day, and I'm not quite hitting those numbers, especially if you discount posts where I'm showing pictures of food. But some people seem to enjoy that, so I will continue to do that. But the thing that I think is awesome is the number of people who are posting their work. I don't know, just to mention a few. Albert Moore has been doing these auto builds, the Model A truck, and I guess a Model A jalopy. And he did a rust patina, and he did a well-worn engine. And I've really enjoyed following along as he's done that stuff. I'm seeing stuff and asking questions on almost everybody's stuff. I'm happy to see that even Evan is posting work in progress photos of stuff he's working on, because we don't get enough, with his videos being from time to time. It's kind of neat to peek behind the curtain.
It is. So he's been working on a Panzer IV, looks like.
Yes.
I'm trying to think what else. There was something else on there the other day that really, really put me back, but I can't remember what it is now. Must not have been put back too far.
Well, there's this guy who's posting photos of a catapult. I don't know what that's all about, but
that's me. But that's for another time.
I know. By the way, did you see Brett Mahoney? Brett's a member of our local club, by the way, and Brett's one of those guys who takes older models and builds them and really turns them into something. He has started the old Matchbox Walrus, which is,
I saw that.
That is a challenging kit. Let's call it that.
It's thick.
It's thick. That's right. And not in a good way like Beyonce. It's thick. But he has taken that kit and he started putting I don't want to say a full interior, but a nearly full interior into it. And man, I just cannot wait to see what he does with that, because it's extremely promising. And back to the main point, there's a lot of stuff going on in the dojo, and there's a lot of information being passed back and forth between listeners, and that's what we want to see. So keep it up.
Well, hopefully we get to meet some more of these people come summer.
Well, we know that Indy in, I guess, March or April, we're going to see some members. So
that's true.
Some listeners. So guys, take a look at the model contest calendar, and if you can make Indy please, we're going to be there for sure. And we want to see you.
That's right. It's kind of our first one of the year, typically.
Yes. Yep.
Folks, come into the dojo, show us your work, and then keep listening to the podcast. Subscribe if you haven't, and join us in December for hopefully 3 really great episodes.
Absolutely.